Coming up next, more detractor content and after that Dragon Ball Z, only on Toonami.
What's hilarious is you have idiot trolls in the chat saying that because I haven't personally applied for a job in the last 15 years, I don't know what I'm talking about. Fuck you. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Just because I haven't personally done it doesn't mean I don't have experience and knowledge of it. You're a moron, right? Really, you're a fucking moron. It's like saying because you never cooked a gourmet meal, you don't know anything about the meal at all. You know, you couldn't have possibly looked into it or researched it online or know people who've been through that. You're an idiot. Fuck off. Yeah, Cypress TV. I mean, they are incredibly dumb. You don't have to. It's true how dumb these people are. As you know, I live in a bubble, right? I live in a bubble. I have no interactions with any other humans on the planet. So if personally I haven't been through something, there's no way I could possibly have outside knowledge of anything on Earth, correct? That's how these people think. They're actually that much of a simpleton brain. What do they call them? The smooth brained, I believe. That's how these people are. Okay. By the way, last chance to contribute to the stream if you could. It would be great if you could. Literally, we had one tip all stream and nothing else. So anything in this last part would be appreciated, whether it be a super chat, membership, gifted membership, or tip. All would be appreciated. Okay? All right, here we go.
So let's address this. Obviously, DSP going full nuclear against a viewer and calling them a troll in his chat for stating the obvious. Now, let's try to break this down. DSP loves to say that he researches things, he has knowledge and experience, when he's immediately contradicting himself by not looking for work in the past 16 years. You don't have the knowledge or the experience as to what the current job market is. That you generally need to be actively doing something to be gaining the experience and the knowledge. Now, you can say that you've researched it, but we all know that you don't research anything. You don't research any of these articles that you look into during your gaming news segments, as evidence of the Rooster Teeth shutting down or the X-Men 97. Anything that does require you to do a little bit more digging besides looking at the headline of a Twitter article is something that you're not willing to put in the time to do. His terrible analogy about cooking a gourmet meal, which again, DSP's only experience in life is consuming food, so of course he defaults to a food analogy, is also, it's just also evident of that the fact that he knows nothing. Now, my partner and I both cook. She is actually trained, has a degree, has worked in multiple Steven Star restaurants, and I have not. I've worked in like normal family restaurants, kind of like lower end prep work cooking. I know how to cook, but I wouldn't say that I know how to construct a meal that would be qualified in being put in a Steven Star restaurant. I don't have the experience. I don't have the knowledge. I know her, but it doesn't mean that I, like, through osmosis, gain that understanding. Now, I'm not going to say that finding a job is the easiest thing here in North America. It is a little frustrating because you do see job vacancies on websites and Indeed and LinkedIn, wherever you may be looking, but that doesn't necessarily mean that those places are hiring. I'm only going to assume that DSP is going on this rant because Kat may be unemployed, is the rumor going amongst larger detractor channels. And she might be venting to him because realistically, DSP only talks to Kat and his parents. He stated in prior videos he doesn't have time for socialization, he doesn't have time for friends. So that again is just disproving his prior statement saying that he knows people that are looking for work or have explained to him the current job market. Now, I do wish this clip coming from Gamerface Gaming was a little bit more in context because I don't know what the lead up was. I assume he was ranting about the economy or the government or media. It is kind of hard sometimes to find these actual like full context clips regarding these stupid little rants that he goes on. But I wanted to kind of comment on this. Obviously, like, besides him basically constantly contradicting himself through his own words, but DSP seems to be incapable of learning how to behave, to not create more detractors. Now, this rant is basically just him just yelling at viewers. Now, I know there's LARPers in his chat. This could be a LARPer. I don't know one way or another. I can't 100% confirm. But he immediately defaults to calling someone a troll the second that they start disagreeing with his viewpoints and disagreeing with his opinions. Now, there's a term that I don't know if DSP knows that is generally used in military discussions that's called blowback. And the simplest way I can define blowback is that the harder you push against a opposition, the more retaliation you kind of end up creating. Essentially, maybe an even more simpler term in explaining it is that the idea of killing the protester but being incapable of killing the protest. DSP, by constantly insulting viewers for having a different opinion than him, is just generating more hate watchers, generating more haters, and basically making more people view him as a terrible person, which he is. You can't have a difference of opinion in his quote-unquote community that is so chill and positive, because this is what you get. You get insulted, you get called an idiot, you get labeled as a troll, as a hater, as a detractor, all for just pointing out the obvious, is that this man has no real life experience in the past 16 years. Like I had stated before, he only interacts with his wife and his parents and I guess his hairdresser. So where is he getting this information that looking for work is so difficult? I doubt his parents. They're both retired. I doubt his hairdresser because she's fully employed, right? So if anything, it's going to be Kat, I assume. Kat is his one connection to the outside world. What I am going to speculate is that Kat is unemployed and is looking for work. Now, I don't mean this in a derogatory term, but from my understanding, Kat can only do unskilled labor, meaning either retail or fast food. And probably what's happening is she's looking for work because she's been either laid off or fired or whatever the situation may be. She only wants to work part-time because that seems to have been what she's been doing for the past few years. And most job vacancies want full-time employees. You can't work in a position generally that's unskilled labor and really only get part-time these days because a lot of those places are really hurting for employees. Even outside of those job aspects, there are other places you could be working as far as like unskilled labor is concerned, but even those would want you to be a full-time position. And I don't know how capable Kat would be, especially after seeing her performance on the Yakuza stream where she was like getting fatigued through it and couldn't sit for too long. I don't know if she may have like some sort of physical ailments that could prevent her from finding work. So at the end of the day, Phil, the more that you act this way, the more that you talk down to people in your chat, and the more arrogant that you come off, the more you're creating your own enemies. The trolls are never going to go away because you're incapable of actually learning and behaving, not like an ass. It's amazing to watch. Again, I wish I had more context as to what the lead up was with this. I don't feel like going through his YouTube video. I tried and I can't find the timestamp of this. I assume he was ranting about something that he has zero knowledge in. But anyway, so yeah, that's the video. DSP just constantly giving us more ammunition and more people to fill our ranks. All right, bye.